Welcome back, everybody. Going into the next episode of InnRoads Plays, we are continuing down the right hook of the tunnel. Our friends have avoided ambush by a single goblin that drew.
I don't know if I'd say we avoided it so much as we sent the rogue to catch one in the chest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now, Basha, you've finally discovered the dangers of going first, but how invaluable that skill is, because then nobody else is getting hurt, and it's just you. So anyway, moving on. So where we left off, you guys have delved deeper into the tunnels, and you have uncovered an interesting, shall we say, progression in art, where you are seeing a group of or a set of bas reliefs that have been on the walls, or bas reliefs, however you want to pronounce that, that is depicting a group of worshippers bringing basically their dead relatives to be sacrificed or offered at an altar for some ancient deity. That was information that was collected by investigation and then also by our resident cleric from his studies back at the temple. But this deity is ancient enough that it is difficult to pinpoint exactly his or her or its original name, at least yet. So we rounded the corner. We're heading south on along the tunnel here, and I wanted to bring up a quick topic of inspiration. We haven't really hit it yet here in the past few sessions, but last couple sessions we've actually delved into some pretty good role playing, and that's where I wanted to kind of bring this topic up. From the book, or at least from the free handbook that I'm using right now, inspiration is a rule in Dungeons & Dragons used by the Dungeon Master to reward characters for playing their character. You know, it's a way that what I want to see is I want to see your true personalities coming out, your traits, your ideals, your bonds, even your flaws that may come out of this game, and actually active in the game, making decisions. It could put you guys in trouble, or it could actually be something that just pulls your keisters out of the fire. And over the last like 2, 3, 4 sessions, we've been seeing a lot more role playing as you guys are getting more and more comfortable with your characters, out your backstory. So at this point, with the advent of Kendrick's curiosity, you guys all three have officially earned an inspiration point to move forward. First off, for Silas's wonderful role play in the forest, talking with the owl. Thought that was super awesome, and it really delved deeper into his character, especially right at the end when he chose to hide certain things about the conversation. So that was kind of cool. Last session we had, or 2 sessions ago, I guess, according to our YouTube audience here, Baird had trouble with a certain twitchy sprite in the jar, or fairy in the jar. So that whole interplay back and forth was just super awesome. So that definitely gets you an inspiration point there. And then Kendrick, with his curiosity, I heard him say it early on, but it was kind of like under his breath. But I wanted to remind him and ask him, did he actually touch one of the skulls on the wall? And sure enough, he did. But there's a little bit more to it, and that was last couple sessions ago when you were working at the locks and how you were trying to show off your skills of being able to do that. I thought the flair that you put in there was very, very character centric. So really good job on that. Now,
And
what's great about
curiosity kills the cat on the fan.
Curiosity kills a rogue.
curiosity generates a TPK. No, so using inspiration, basically, if you have one, you can spend it to make an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check, and spending that inspiration on those things is basically going to give you advantage on that roll. The cool thing about inspiration is that you could, and I think that's kind of spelled out here in the rules, but if it's not, I think I'll kind of
It
make
is.
it
I just had to read it earlier tonight. I know it is.
But you can make your first roll. So, like, let's say, Kendrick, you're attacking somebody, and you really need to make this count, but you roll a 10, and it's just not enough to hit the enemy. But you decide, you know what, I'm going to use my inspiration point. I'm going to re-roll that. But basically, the advantage is going to mean that you take the higher of the 2 rolls. So, similarly, you can use that for saving throws, that sort of thing.
There is an additional tweak to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only if you have it, not only can you do it for yourself, but if you look at somebody who did a really cool thing, and you're like, man, that was super awesome, and you want to reward that, you can give them
Yes.
an inspiration point that you have.
Correct. So it definitely behooves you to like really get into your character and it's obviously not a way to kind of force you to. I want you to be role playing in your character at all times, but it definitely kind of gives you a reward for getting into it a lot more.
So where do we store this inspiration?
I believe.
I don't know.
It's actually on the chart under core stats.
There's an inspiration button there that says yes, no.
So now you have inspiration.
Boom! Everybody gets to check a yes on there.
Like you can't get multiple, so.
Oh, okay. You can't get.
No, yeah, you can only have one at a time.
Okay, that's cool. So I was looking at my numbers just briefly. I was trying to figure out how I got to 20, and I know how I got to 20.
Okay.
We rolled and I got to 18 like I did earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was looking at my character data.
Okay.
And my character data says my Dwarven toughness, your hit point maximum increases by 1. And it increases by 1 every time you gain a level.
There you go.
Oh, your toughness. There you go. So that was totally legit. Nice.
Cool. It was legit.
Hey, doing your research on it. Nice, bud.
That's right, because I think we're different dwarves. I think I'm a mountain dwarf and you're a hill dwarf.
Yeah, I'm a hill dwarf.
Hill dwarves.
Yeah, Dwarven. Yep.
At least you're not a gully dwarf.
And
that
my
would just
wisdom's
be already really
Flint
difficult.
Fireforge was a hill dwarf, and that was one great dwarf.
That was a dwarf. A dwarf to end all dwarves.
And a dwarf who hated water.
That's right. What dwarf in their honest goodness minds would like water?
Should I be so petty as to bump my current up 2 points, or?
No, you should have been at 20. You had it right in the first place.
Yeah, totally.
All right, now I'm at 16. I'm ready for another dwarf or a gobby coming out of the holes.
I do love the fact that our rogue has more hit points than our tank, because I'm the tankiest thing we got.
Right.
And
you said you've foregone what you call it, your stealthiness, right? You guys are just kind of.
Oh yeah, we after a couple different battles, we've fully announced that we're here.
Okay. All right. So let's do this then. We will.
Especially because that one gob, I don't know, did we find any notice that the gob we just killed is the one that ran away from our first fight down here?
I think he was.
You checked your goblin tree, and you know how you have like the mobster roles, here's the capo and everything, and he was definitely one of the ones that got away.
Okay, there you go.
Plus, I checked.
You totally recognize him. Come on now. But yeah, that's most likely is him because
you know what they say, all gobs look alike.
My goodness.
Guys, you could pop out your character sheet.
Yes, you can.
Pop it out.
Pop out your character sheet? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but then your character sheet's on another tab. Who wants that?
I don't want that. I'm going to go back.
Yeah, they got some nice newfangled tomfoolery going on here with this stuff.
We're discovering the new updates to Roll20 as we're playing.
Yeah. The first was obviously the dice rolling effect, which was really nice.
I like the dice rolling effect.
It makes it stand out real well. Especially when you're rolling off of a character sheet like this, it makes it functionally just so much better. All right. So here we go. So foregoing stealth and plunging ahead, you start seeing in your way. The chamber kind of extends outward. So you guys are moving south on the map it looks like you're basically going south. Let me switch over to sharing the right screen here so that our viewers at home get the full experience. Let's see here. There. Perfect. All right. Okay, as you guys are moving forward, I want you guys to go ahead and roll me some perception checks. Let's get those out of the way.
Oh boy.
Come on, baby. It's interesting though, the rolls are appearing first and then the dice come out
And then
onto
the dice,
table.
yeah.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of a delay.
I don't see anything.
Oh, maybe you don't have your 3D dice, your animated dice thing set up. That might be what it is.
No, he's saying he doesn't perceive anything.
No,
Oh.
I don't
He
perceive.
sees everything. He
I
doesn't
see
hear.
dice rolling
I
on the
don't.
screen.
I'm not
Roll
seeing
20 is not at fault here. I just let me be more specific. Baird doesn't see anything.
Bear
Got
does
it.
not perceive anything.
All right, let's do this then. All right. Two of you guys, that would be Kendrick and Silas Silmansmith, you hear the familiar sounds of flapping feet, and it seems like it's coming further down the corridor from you.
Gabos, that way.
Yeah. So you guys are hearing this happen, and at this point now, Kendrick, you are starting to hear, or I'm not Kendrick. Baird, you're also starting to hear it, and they're coming closer, and it sounds like. Give me an insight roll. Actually, let's see, Kendrick. Actually, give me an insight roll for you, because I think you
Just
probably pick up
Kendrick?
on this pretty well. You guys could all do it. Kendrick is eager to get vengeance. So that's
I
my kind of
crit.
word.
Wow.
I am super insightful.
Okay.
You notice
Um,
I rolled a 1 and I only have a +1 to it. So it's
you've always heard these kinds of shouts and sounds coming from goblins. Normally, when they have their backs to you and they're fleeing, but these sounds sound like they're coming towards you.
Oh, awesome.
So let's do this.
they're fleeing something else.
I think
Yes.
we should go dark, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
So Baird, you're the one who picks up on this. Silas and
I'm
pick up on
thinking.
this.
I'm
So what do
immediately
you
going to
do?
turn around and we're going to run back and kind of tuck ourselves back in here.
Are these nooks big enough that we could legitimately
Yes.
hide while a
The go-
fleeing group of goblins comes running by?
You
The
totally
goblins did it to us.
Okay.
Totally
Could
could.
do.
Okay. Who is it that actually understands Goblin?
Me.
Is it Baird?
I understand all languages.
Nice.
That's only partly overstatement too. I know a lot of different languages.
Thank you,
Okay.
C3PO.
Being a cleric of the Allfather is gonna do well for you when it comes to learning languages.
Yes, it will.
Never tell me the odds.
Never tell me the odds. Quiet, you! All right. Let's do this. Let's get it out of the way. Grab your tokens and roll me some initiative.
Where is the... There it is.
So this way I know what order to put you guys in when you do your thing. Wow, nice work, boys. Nice work. All right.
Did I roll initiative?
It looks like you did. Silas, you got a 21, Kendrick has a 20, and Baird has a 15. You should have your turn order
Sweet!
popping up over there on the left. So
Yeah, we did well this time. We made up for the 2s and 3s we got last time.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay, you guys have advantage on this, but Baird, more to the point, as you're hearing the sounds of these creatures coming flapping towards you, all they're yelling is, "They're loose! They're loose! Ah, they're loose! They're loose!"
Oh, that's good. Empty vessels, I'm sure. AKA zombies ahead. Fire up, turn undead, ready to go.
All right, so they're coming up on you. What kind of weapons are you guys using at this point?
My hammer, because
Hammer.
that's what I have.
Kendrick, what are you
I
going
don't.
to be using?
Well, I'm kind of in the back here. I'm thinking I might be able to shoot across, like, this way.
I don't think there's any reason to shoot the goblins. Other than they're goblin. You guys are cool dwarves. You're gonna kill the goblins. Whatever.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
greenskins. Greenskins must die. That's kind of
Yeah, that's
how that
very on
works.
Silas. I mean, Silas would totally burn these guys out, don't you think?
Remember what happened last time we left one? That didn't happen again.
That guy's still wandering the hills.
Halflings don't have a thing with goblins. Dwarves do.
So let's kill them.
And
Alright.
2 of the 3 of us are dwarves. So.
All right, so Silas, you are up first. Are you going to do anything, or you're planning on maybe letting them run by?
Is it just the 2 there? Or?
It's just these two right now, yes.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do.
At least spit on them or throw something at them.
Disgusting.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Fireball.
It didn't roll a die though.
That's odd.
Well, I was that. There's a reason why when I did Sacred Flame, I didn't bother hitting buttons because I think they revamped the way the magic things work.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. It's an int attack, right?
Ranged attack against the target.
Here's
You should have a
spellcasting.
ranged attack on there.
Where'd everything go?
Yeah, like I said, they revamped the way they did the spell book in here.
It's supposed to be. Give me a sec. This is a thrilling.
Casting macro.
Take
Yeah,
all
where's
the
the-
time you
where's
can
the
edit
spell-
it out.
Where's the spellcasting macro?
Interesting. I do not know. I do not know the spellcasting macro.
There's an add button down at the bottom for your spell books. So if you click add, then you see your spell.
No, that's
name.
adding a spell.
Yeah. This way, if you don't already have the spells, you need to add.
No, I have the spell. I just am trying to figure out how to use it, and I know I've used it before. So.
Well, it is. What you can do is it is a ranged. Let's see here. Ranged spell attack against the target. Spells damage increase 110. Ranged spell attack. All right. So looking at your character sheet, there's Silas. Ranged is looks like it's a D20 plus 1. If I'm reading that correctly.
It should be a D20.
Well, no, that's just ranged. That
should be a D20 plus 3, because it's an int spell,
Yeah.
right?
Might be plus 4.
Is the attack set and all that?
Yeah, it's not one of those ones that you save, so I'll just look it up here real quick.
Cast spell. Here's the cast spell button.
Yeah, except that all it did was say that I had a spell.
Did you have the display options for attack roll and damage and all that? Spell cast macro display options.
There it is.
Description.
Damage. Oh, and then there's the cast spell. Okay.
See how I'm changing the way this looks?
There it is.
So then I do cast spell.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. All right. Okay,
Nice. There it is.
I
Beautiful.
don't have a
Thank you.
spell,
Roll
so-
20. Okay. Firebolt. I'm assuming you're targeting. Which one do you want to target?
The
You
first
want to
one.
target the first one? Okay. Let's see
So it
here.
only rolls once, even though I have advantage. So I'll need to roll again if that missed.
No, that totally hits, and it totally flame bursts him.
That was
So-
D20 plus. Yeah, so it was a D20 plus 3.
Nice. Okay, so it did it right. Awesome.
I think.
Really cool.
No, it was D20 plus 5. Because I rolled an 11 apparently. And I got a 16.
Uh,
No, you rolled an 11, And then it's 16 minus 10 divided by 2, plus 2 divided by 1,000, or 1 million. What are they doing there?
It's becoming
And then
craziness.
it scrolls off the screen. I can't see the rest of it.
Sometimes your attacks will be... Okay, it might be your proficiency bonus is added in there as well. Your attack bonus with a spell attack equals your spellcasting ability modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So your ability modifier is going to be your int, and then you are most likely proficient, I would assume, in spellcasting, yes?
Oh yeah, so +5.
Yeah,
And then,
there you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
So it did it right. It did it right. Okay, for Firebolt comes flying out of his hands, or out of his outstretched hand, and rips across the corner and into the goblin right in front of him. And he dies a squealing, burning death. Next up is Kendrick.
I guess I'll.
So you still have this goblin over here.
Am I close enough to hit him with the melee attack? No.
You could, if you waited, you could, but
I'll just
then
pop out and
Bird is
hit
going
him
to
with the
totally,
sword.
or Bear's going to totally skunk that from you.
Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
Well, you had advantage, so
You have advantage, so you got a
Do I have
23.
advantage?
Yeah, you got a 23. Okay, this guy is hurt. Like your arrow goes in, it stabs him in his neck, and he ends up just kind of gurgling and flapping and trying, and he like ends up staggering over here onto the wall, and he is hurting real bad. He's holding on by a thread, and then along comes Baird.
no. Lord.
So come over here.
Yeah. I mean, he's still up and running, so I mean, you're still gonna have to roll, but I mean, unless you roll double ones,
I'm gonna have to.
just in case, let's make sure you don't roll double
Wait,
ones.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's a chance for us to demonstrate something of a 5e rule. Hey DM.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill him.
Hey, well, what do you know? The dwarf's not a moron.
I'm not gonna kill him. I'm going to basically hit him for non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal damage, okay. And what, pray tell, will you be using to do that? Your fist?
No, I can use the hammer, but one thing that you can do with D&D 5e is that you can say, my goal is to not kill him. So instead of crushing his skull in with my hammer, I'm going to,
Give him a lovely thump.
thump him in the gut.
Got it.
So do you roll for
All right.
that?
Yeah, I do roll it like normal.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
And I think it does like a temporary damage kind of an idea, so he does need to actually do damage.
Right, I don't actually do damage, really. I'm trying to remember where all the buttons are.
Yeah. Good.
Another critical fail.
We have advantage.
Yes.
We do, yes. That's
Thank
amazing.
goodness we do, because first rolls are not going well, but second rolls are amazing.
Yeah, well, the Silas Silversmith's roll was pretty good right at the onset, but yeah, my goodness, yeah,
So-
7 and a 9.
Basically, as this
Okay.
job, I come out and literally shove my hammer right into his gut. He kind of doubles over, and I pull him up, kind of hold him up by his scruff, and I'm like, "All right, you, what's loose?"
And then can I kill him?
And just to mess with his head, I'm gonna say that in Goblin.
Nice. So over there, Barrett all of a sudden starts kind of starts like talking in this dark gibberish tongue. It sounds somehow just wrong coming from a dwarf's lips, but he does it. He does it. So, okay, so you're shaking the guy awake. All right. Actually, it's already on this character sheet. Go to his character sheet. It is number 3, I believe. Whoops, sorry, Beard. Didn't mean to grab you there. Where's my guy? There he is. Okay.
Yeah, there's a giant red X that kind of...
I know there's the giant red X guy. I think I'm just going to get rid of him. So he's out of here. Okay, now I can see clearly. Alright. So this is number 3. Use his. Alright. So I'm going to roll a con. See how he does. Ooh, okay. Alright, so you shake him awake. He starts kind of bleeding from the arrow shot that's in him right now. I mean, it's through his neck.
No, that's good. I don't mind he dies eventually, but he needs to talk to me first.
Okay, so as he's like getting shaken awake, and you're like, he's waking up and he's seeing this dwarf in his face just like filling up his field of vision. And his big football head's kind of starts kind of gurgling and bleeding and stuff. And he just says, they let him loose. Let them loose. Accident. We didn't mean to. Accident. Didn't mean to let loose. That's what he's telling you. And then.
And I'm not even gonna try and repeat your goblin dialect. But basically, what I'm gonna say in that, I'm still gonna talk in his language. I'm basically gonna ask is like, I know that. What did you let loose?
Cold hands. Cold hands.
Oh good. Oh good. The empty vessels are now loose. I'm super excited about this.
Cold heads. Is that what he said?
Cold hands.
Oh, cold hands.
Yeah.
And then as he dies, I literally just drop him and say, "We gotta go. We've got to go."
All right. So yeah, this guy, he basically just bleeds out right there. He did not do well in his con roll, but okay. So where to next, kids?
Well, do we still hear the sounds of things running down the hallway?
Well, that's a good question. You guys have been like seeing some battle here and stuff like that. Let's have some perception checks.
Okay.
Where did my sheet go?
There we go.
Perception check.
Right.
Oh man, come on.
Can I just take a passive, please?
Can I just take a passive?
You guys are trying to kill me here.
Well, it's alright. I would say passive, yes, if you were just standing there, kind of moving down the hall. But and then the other situation, you guys were kind of barreling down the hall, like we're going in. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Baird? You're hearing a scuffling coming from the hall south of you. The sounds of like goblins shouting and stuff, but you're not hearing anything coming up the hallway. Actually, you hear one thing in Goblin that does come clear, and that is, "You two, get back here! Get back here!" And that's it.
Alright, two zombies. Let's just blow them to smithereens. Come on.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I have a funny feeling that if it's because we just killed 2 of them, and if I'm hearing you two get back here, I want to pick up the dead goblin and throw it down the hall, and then basically just then right behind that is me walking around the corner.
Okay. All right.
You just can't make this stuff up.
For the effect, I'll have you, when you're coming around the corner, you're looking down here, and you're not seeing anything down this direction. I mean, you're seeing 2 open gates, similar to what you saw at the very beginning of this tunnel system.
So the voice I'm hearing must have carried, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, it was basically a shout.
Okay.
That echoed up the hallway, saying, "Get back here! You two, get back here!"
I still think we need to keep going. We've come this far.
We've
come this far. Why would we stop?
Let's go until we see the whites of their eyes.
All right, Kendrick, you want to grab your character and get moving?
Oh yeah. I'm still drawing, apparently.
Because as much as Baird doesn't want to be here, he also doesn't want to let some undead awfulness live down here.
All right. So you guys are making your way down the hall.
Stop going in front of me.
What's the party order? Let's have it that way. How do you guys want to order it up?
Well, it's battle mode, so we'll let Baird run the front.
Okay. And then Kendrick and then Silas?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you have gotten that far. And again, you're passing those same familiar braziers. And up ahead of you, you see two goblins.
Oh, and they're faced the other way.
They're facing the other way, and they're shooting arrows for all their lives. Their little disgusting green, black-hearted lives are worth.
I got some.
All right, so let's see here.
By the
Oh,
way,
and you know what? I made a mistake on you, Kendrick, earlier. I should have had you add in your backstab or your sneak attack bonus. That would have finished off the goblin. But
Yeah. So
yes, for color flavor, we won't retcon because it actually worked out pretty well.
yeah, we
Before we go any farther, Silas, do you have prestidigitation?
I have a minor illusion, so I can make things happen. Why? What do you need?
Well, no, the reason I specifically asked for prestidigitation is because I have a funny feeling that we're going to have to deal with there's a fire, one of these unfiery fires, and if we snuff out said unfiery fire, maybe the empty vessels go crumbly crumbly. Prestidigitation, you can literally go, and the fire's out.
Yeah, no, I don't get that, but I have some other things up my sleeve.
In fact,
How do you spell
let me double check. Let me double check and see if I have it.
That's a good thought, Baird. It's a good thought.
Magic tricks performed as entertainment.
Now, what I'll have you do, and because did you voice that? You kind of like whispered over your shoulder to Silas, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah, I kind of want to ask if he has the ability to put out flame at a distance.
Okay. I want you to, Silas, both of you guys can do this. If you guys can give me a couple of knowledge checks. Let's have it be, because you guys were investigating these fires beforehand, so I'll have you do,
Let's sneak attack.
yeah, sneak attack the fire. No, hang on a second. Well, they don't have those old knowledge skill things anymore, do they?
Nope.
Let's do insight. Have you guys both roll me an insight check. That'll work.
Not me. Am I rolling insight?
No, because you're busy up front deciding what
You're
gonna
busy
do.
preparing to gut some goblins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some goblins.
Baird and Silas, actually, you would kind of know this too. There's a sense that these are magical flames, not unlike an ever-burning torch. So, prestidigitation, cantrip, that kind of thing, yeah, probably wouldn't snuff these guys out. You might be able to do something else similar to what happens when you try and dispel magic. So that's a possibility.
All right. Well, when magic doesn't work, the hammer does. So.
All right. So are you guys sneaking up on these guys? How do you want to do the order? I see you guys moving your characters
Well,
like fiends.
how does it, do we roll
I think a
initiative?
stealth check should be here, and I don't think we're going to need very high to score to get this one.
They're
Actually,
kind
the
of
distracted.
otherwise, yeah.
They're otherwise
Okay.
otherwise
Which
busy.
is good because my stealth is awful.
Hey, my stealth still sucks, so hey, whatever. I'm in the back.
Mine should be better than that.
Pasha, what kind of rogue are you?
Are you rolling correctly, sir? Do I need to check your numbers?
I'm checking.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Proficient. I have no.
No,
bonus.
yeah, no, it's legit. It's just the dice
it
are
is.
not with us.
Not
Yeah,
right now.
you roll the 5 plus 4, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at my stealth here to see.
I will wave a DM hand and recognize that these guys are distracted, which would give you an advantage on these. So
with
Baird
advantage, we did well.
yeah, Baird and Kendrick, you guys are sufficient enough to get up behind these guys.
Are we rolling initiative again? Is that what's happening?
After we do this, yeah, we'll roll initiative. Let's get through the little surprise round here, and we'll be fine.
So we're literally getting a free shot on these guys?
Yeah, free shots. So Kendrick and Baird, you can go ahead and do that. Silas, you kind of like step on something and oh my gosh, something happened. What the? All right.
Well, one's dead.
And then Kendrick, when you roll your attack,
How in the world did you do 13 damage?
If I do, I basically rolled max that I could.
yeah, you max that out.
I maxed out damage.
Okay,
Nice.
and that's my first hit. Do I get another hit?
You actually just roll a 1d6 in addition to that. That's your sneak attack.
Oh,
See
that's
how
all.
that does.
That's all.
Let's see how that does before we have you do that.
That was a wicked sneak attack.
Okay.
Well, do I get the 4 then? Do I add the 3 to the 1?
Yeah, so that's 4 points of damage that you got, you got on the guy. Okay, let's roll initiative. Grab your tokens and let's make it real, folks.